Hi, welcome to another episode of That's the Thing Accent Core Plus R. It is episode .21, and it is Monday, April the 12th. We are starting today on a somber note after a tremendous loss to the world.
Rest in peace, DMX. Rest in
Rest in
peace.
peace. He won't be in jail anymore.
No. The jail of life could not hold him, and he had to escape
Nope.
and to ascend. And then Prince Philip was like the exact opposite, where he was dragged finally to his dark masters. Man, that
Have you gone to, have you checked is DMX in jail lately?
I'm clicking on it right now. Oh man, that's actually weirdly. That's weirdly.
The reason I knew that he was in a coma was because I checked. It was like, is DMX in jail? Oh no, he's in a coma.
That's
Yeah.
weirdly touching.
Yep.
I'm kind of all for it. Oh man, this death allows me to segue to the thing I wanted to talk about because my dad informed me on this, and it was so bizarre. So, we all know that Rush Limbaugh died. What do you think happened to the show?
It
Are
kept
they
going.
Just playing the best of.
No, Drew is correct. They keep going, and what they do is they're like, Biden has a spending bill. What did Rush have to say about spending? And then they play like a clip of him going, the Democrat spending is out of control. And like, now you can call in and comment on that. It's really fucking weird.
Well, you know what? He did not deserve any better.
You know what they're trying to do? They're just wasting time while they deep fake his AI.
Oh man, that'd be incredible. To me, I just wanted to bring that up because that's an instance of our own Warhammer 40k, like bizarre, like dystopia garbage, and it weirded me out. But that's just that.
Rush Limbaugh on the golden throne.
Yeah, basically. And they're having to interpret his runes.
His psychic waves are telling us that trans people shouldn't be in sports.
It also says like how much the talking points have not changed when they can cut to a clip 20 years ago and you don't even know.
Yep.
It's like, it's like, wow, that's interesting. I just thought
the demon craps.
I just thought that was interesting. That's like a weird fact. It's one of those like scenarios that kind of it lodged in my brain, and now that I've said it, I can be free. It can go where it will.
See, like I felt bad when they were doing that kind of things with Star Wars actors, but Rush Limbaugh is like, fuck that guy. He'd probably be happy they're doing it, so that's the only reason I'm upset.
I don't know. Well, no, he probably will. But it's that kind of it's the digital homunculus. I think is a weird thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Or it's like you're being resurrected through
capitalism.
Yeah, and technology. It's like someone gleams this amazing podcast for all of our phonemes, and then makes like a deep fake, like those that they can say whatever you want.
Joke's on them. They can't say anything worse than what we normally say.
Well,
that's true.
Yeah.
No, they can say way worse things.
Yeah, they can, but it's also like I've been on the verge of making this comment, but I haven't. Where people talk about their stuff being stolen and people trying to claim their work, and I just keep thinking, well, that's never happened to me, and I go, oh.
Should have made more NFTs, Kevin, before the bubble popped.
That's true. Like no one's making the eye patch wolf video but in Spanish, and the guy just took his video and is just reading Spanish in front of it.
Real talk, if that happened to me, I'd be okay.
See, I think it's it's one of those, it depends how successful it is. Like, if I made a comic every week and I put my comic out and it got mild, but then some other person's doing it and they're getting like gangbusters on it, I think I would be perturbed. Especially if that's my way of life. I think that's the big change.
But see, to me, then the problem is you need to just start reaching out directly to that community.
I don't know, man. Because that guy's basically going, no, I'm just stealing your shit for cash. And you're like, no.
Like, yeah, you just have to start teaching the people who are paying money for your content that, no, my content's already free and here it is.
Or you just make your content really bad. You just tank it for like 3 weeks. And then you stop. And then you go, okay, we'll starve them out. And then they have to.
So when are you gonna stop tanking your content, Kevin? When's it getting good again?
Oh, well, it's the long con. It was never good. Crap, my headphones broke today. Ah, it's stuck in my hair. Oh no. Oh, this is terrible. I hate it. Oh man.
So what have you been into, Nolan?
Oh gosh, I've been through a lot this week. I finally saw Monkey versus Lizard.
I did also see Monkey versus Lizard.
We'll save that for later, little later then.
Oh, we can talk about it now.
You sure?
Listen, okay, the plot of that movie doesn't matter.
I think you should talk about it later in this podcast because I haven't seen it and I'm probably gonna have to bounce early.
Oh, okay, then we'll just save it then. Because I was gonna be like, the plot doesn't matter.
Have you seen Invincible yet, Nolan?
Yeah, I actually recently watched it this week.
Yeah, okay. So after last week saying like I don't know that I'm gonna keep watching it, I'm also like up to date on it.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm up to. I haven't seen the newest episode, but I've watched the other 4.
Yeah, I started episode 5, but I haven't finished episode 5.
I was kind of middling on it until I think episode 2 when I saw Barry the alien, and I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
Alan the alien.
Yeah, Alan the alien. I'm like, okay, this is pretty good.
Yeah, he just talks his problems out.
They're doing big space fight.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hold on a second. What are you doing here? Oh, I'm a contractor. I'm here to make sure your planet's safe.
Yeah,
you signed up for it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Urath.
Dude, this is Earth.
This is Earth.
It's the second he like looks at the handheld and looks up and looks back at the handheld. Is that with a U or an E? E. I'm like, oh. Ooh, I am sorry about this.
This is not the first time.
I think it's one of the other ones.
No, that's good.
It's not the first time he's come to Earth to fight the champion.
Oh.
So how many years wrong has he had this?
A lot.
We all have that thing. Everyone has that one thing where you always mess it up. It's okay.
It's what makes One Piece characters so good.
Yeah, you got that one. You just Zoro's always lost. He's always lost.
Your character has to have some stupid flaw.
Yeah, it's
that makes them
humanizing.
dumb.
Yep.
See, that's my character trait.
Yeah, Zoro gets lost. Sanji's a womanizer.
Here, I don't want to.
I'm
Usopp's
all
a coward.
flaws.
Frankie's a pervert. They're all great.
Yeah. Mhm.
Maybe it'll try.
Beyond that, I'm probably gonna watch Invincible tonight with my fiance. So
Yeah.
I'll see episode 5, which I hear is okay.
Yeah.
I watched the pilot of Bird Girl.
How is that?
It's like, I don't know, okay, it's sort of Harvey Birdman. It's like half Harvey Birdman. It just feels a little off.
Yeah, I kind of get that feeling. On like, I don't know if you could recreate Harvey Birdman.
My other
Well,
ones
like,
I
there's
have
some
forever
parts
now.
of it they're like, oh, that seems very Harvey Birdman, and then there's other parts that they just feel off. It's hard to explain. It's weird, but everyone like feels the same way. Like, I mean, it's okay. It's not amazing. It's not the rebirth of Harvey Birdman.
Is it
But
kind of
I
like
don't know.
when C-Lab continued after the voice actor of Captain Murphy died?
Yeah, that's
where
it.
where it's still C-Lab, but it's not quite the same, and you're like, eh.
Yeah, it's pretty much like that.
Yeah, because I can get that feeling. Any other shenanigans?
I'm trying to check through just to make sure.
Yeah, I'm just looking because we got the news to talk about.
No, yeah, that'll probably be it for me.
All right, all right, all right, Drew. If you can speak, oh, you might be talking. What's up with you?
So I think basically this week I watched Invincible. Okay. So to me, the best part about Invincible getting a show is that wiki is going to have some massive amounts of eyes proofreading and correcting all of the grammar that I think one person has filled in for the entire series.
Good. Oh
Like,
man, I
it is-
love it. I love it when you see like the wiki of something you're into and it's all like it's misspelled.
God, it's not misspelling so much as it is every other form of grammar problems.
Yeah.
Poorly constructed sentences.
I love it.
Confusing pronouns.
Man, that's like the olden internet. That's like the
Yeah.
old, where you had to go to the
Dark
Dragon
Age.
Ball Z GeoCities website and then no one could know how to write Super Saiyan.
It's not my shirt now. Which is fine, but
But
I love it.
oh god, it's so bad. Other than that, I watched the Street Fighter Spring update.
Oh, I watched
And-
that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I want to play Rose, but like, okay, is it me or do her animations look kind of stiff?
It's mocappy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
and also, so like, if you put what's her name? Who's the Kazama mom in Tekken?
I know who you're saying. My brain just died.
Hihachi's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hihachi's wife.
Kazumi?
Like, if you put her, Kazumi, if you put her in any costume except like the flowy kimono pants, her knees are like too bent inward.
Oh, it's Marvel Infinite Spider-Man, where they try to make him stand up and not the Spider-Man pose.
Yeah, but so like, I don't know, like the way Rose is standing in heels and everything, I'm thinking, it's like, I guess that is how you would have to fight in those, but also you shouldn't. That's not how it should look.
It's
Her soul spiral to me is the worst offender. It just looks so flaccid.
it's the old animation. You gotta break the arm when you're doing
Yeah.
like a wind up, because if you're just doing it regular, it looks weird. But when you break like the arm and it goes back farther than an arm should go, then it looks like it's moving more, and your brain goes, "Oh, okay."
Yep.
And
You gotta make it look how you think it looks and not how it actually looks.
Yeah, because how it actually looks can be flaccid, can be really flaccid.
Now let's talk about the actual other two full characters, Oro and
Akira.
Akira.
Akira looks fucking cool.
He looks great.
She has like that aerial
So does
rave.
Oro.
Yeah,
I
Oro
like
did.
Oro. He
Oh,
no
yeah.
longer has his arm tied back. Now he's just holding the turtle.
Yeah, like he's holding. He has his
Okay,
turtle
I've
thing.
seen arguments too about if you look at Third Strike Oro, it seems more like he's not just tied his arm, but he's like sealed it. Where it's like he doesn't even actually have that arm.
I thought he never had an arm. Like
Yeah, like
I
That's
thought
what-
he
he'll,
cut
like,
it off or something.
no, like certain moves he won't, like, you see, like he doesn't untie the knot. He like puts like two fingers to it and like looks like he unseals it to like pull the other arm out to do something with it. Also, he's got his like dick hanging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, once you're
like
a
the-
super karate monk.
Once you're the
man,
best in the world,
Yeah, you can just walk. You can walk out. He's like 120 years old. He can walk with his dick out. Who's gonna
Who's gonna
say
stop you?
anything?
Who's gonna make you do anything?
Yeah.
what, Nolan?
Nolan just said, "Who's gonna make you stop?"
Yeah. I like the turtle.
Turtle's cool.
I do like the turtle. I like when he grabs it to make sure it doesn't fall
Yeah.
Yeah.
when he's punching.
I like that Oro is that strong that he can fight you while just hanging out with his turtle, and the turtle is completely safe.
Yep.
I always like at least one or two of that character that's in the fighting game and is so strong that they're really not even bothering.
Mhm. The problem is with like Blaze Blue is like that's half the cast.
Yeah, well, okay,
Everyone
that's why
loses and they're just like bored.
like one is okay. Like when Slayer's on the field and he's like giving you a golf clap because you beat him, that's okay. But when that's half the cast, it doesn't make sense because then they're fighting each other and it's like, why?
Yeah.
Unless you wanted to go crazy and like if you had like two of the immortal vampire people fighting each other, it just was an automatic draw.
Mm-hmm.
They just go, I'm not even bothering, and walk away. That's okay. Now we're in.
Also, Guilty Gear news, they've like confirmed they're reworking the lobbies.
Oh man, that stuff
Did you
was.
see
But
Did you see was it their survey?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, we can
And, like,
talk about the
25%
backyard
of
update.
Yeah.
Everyone really
20
likes Ram Lethal, which is pretty good. I mean, Ram Lethal's pretty good.
But like 25% of the people apparently had no issues with the lobbies.
Oh, they're liars.
Yeah, liar.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
or they're just trying to be like vote 5 on everything. As we all know, sometimes whenever you get like a survey, people don't never do it correctly, and they either vote all 5s or all 1s.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just love looking at the list. Like versus mode, great. Online matches, great. Tutorial, pretty good. What was the other one?
It's like lobby 0. Like,
Yeah,
it was
lobbies
negative.
Like everything else they loved.
Did you see the statement from Arxis about tutorials?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of we don't want people to think these games take work, so we intentionally left out information about like what moves even do. And suddenly the Dragon Ball Fighters tutorial made perfect sense to me of why half of the information to play that game is just not there.
Like, I almost agree with that statement because there is merit to saying you don't have to in-depth know every single system to play a game. However, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't also be able to tell someone what all the systems are. It just reminds me of in sometimes like a Steam game or a computer game where it'll be downloading and it'll be like, now you have enough to play. That should be your tutorial. We're like, okay, you know you can do some special moves, you can block and jump, you're good. You can get in there. You can play now. If you want to keep going, you can learn about like Roman cancels and stuff, but like you can play.
Romantic.
I think that's the happy medium. Because I think people would understand, like, you're now ready to play the game. But you can always learn more. But, like, you're good.
I don't know. I think there's a difference between that and then, like, they weren't even explaining. They, like, specifically mentioned something about not telling you what moves are useful for.
Oh, well, that's what I agree. I think that the fact they didn't even put that information in there at all is bad.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to remember. Nagayuki had like his down circle or his down heavy slash was like a good anti-air, but they don't tell you like, oh, this is an anti-air move.
Yeah.
At all. So you just have
That's also. Yeah. That's also frustrating because Guilty Gear. I'm pretty sure Strive has it, but universally Guilty Gear has like forward punch is every character has an anti-air on forward punch. even if it doesn't look like an anti-air, it has
is.
like upper body invulnerability. And also, that's every time you go for a throw in old Guilty Gears, you should be hitting forwards, like heavy slash and punch at the same time. So you option select into like a target normal if you don't get the throw.
Yes.
Did you see them talking about the damage?
Oh, I like that.
They're like, yeah, no, we get that people are kind of upset that they can't do combos, but you know, fuck them. We want to do heavy damage.
I like big damage.
Yeah, I like.
I am a fan of big damage. It's also Guilty Gear, which I didn't know, does the thing where it'll do like your health
Gut
bar
scaling.
Well, your health bar is not your actual health bar.
Yeah, gut scaling.
Yeah. Where
when your health bar is lower, you take less damage.
Yeah, so like your actual health bar is not what it looks like on the bar, but it also makes it way more satisfying whenever you hit a heavy and like 60% goes away when really you've done like 30%.
Well, I don't know, because it's weird. It's however much life you had whenever the combo started is like what determines the scaling.
Yeah, that's just how my mental brain like assesses it.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I'm glad they're taking out like the news doesn't have to be there the entire time. That news tab.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm just glad they're working on it. Like.
Yep. Another open beta.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like good job.
I'm excited about that. I hope it's either at the end of this month or the beginning of next month.
It feels like an end of the month kind of thing.
That's what I'm hoping.
And then they'll delay the game another 2 months because everyone will say like you fucked up the lobbies again.
It's even worse than before.
It's somehow worse.
Well, the lobbies, all they've said they're doing are they're going to make them bigger, and they're going to make it where you like select where you're starting your fight at or something. Yeah. So I imagine, to me, that means wherever I'm standing, it'll start. What it probably means is, okay, I want to fight, and they're like, okay, pick one of these chosen spaces on the map.
They also fixed it to where like if you win, you stay in ready mode.
Yeah, you can rematch.
Yep.
You can rematch faster if you're winning. That seems pretty cool.
I was also thinking maybe just because my brain's scatterbrained, but like they don't tell you in Nago Ryuki that you do not want to fill your blood gauge. You actually want to try to keep that low.
They never tell you that. You have to figure out, oh no, I'm losing health.
Because like you would think, oh man, I want my blood gauge up. It makes me, but no, you that's bad.
Nope.
You want to keep that low.
Yep. They don't explain Giovanna's meter mechanic.
Yeah.
Where the more meter you have, the
What's her meter mechanic?
Oh, if she has full meter, she does more damage.
Yeah, because she turns into She-Hulk mode.
See? Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I saw like she like got the visual change, and I always wondered like, is this just incomplete? Why does she do this? It's like that's neat, but why does she do this?
Okay, so you see, you didn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they kind of.
I want to play that character. Yeah. It's like, I want to play her, but also she has a dash and not a run, so I'm not about that in Guilty Gear.
I have a fear that I'll play Angie, and I'll be like, man, Angie's great. I guess I got to play this now.
Yeah, no, Kevin, you are, because he's going to have, he has guard impact on, like, his forward-moving Rekka move. So, yeah, of course you're going to play it and be like, oh, the other guy's mashing, and it makes me feel smart.
Oh, man. He also has those butterfly projectiles. That's a projectile it hits and turns into another projectile.
It's also an overhead.
I like those weird-ass projectiles.
Yeah.
That was my favorite part about that fucking, was it like Best of Best we played? Where like everyone's fireball just went and... There was the one character who shot the fireball and then it came backwards and up. Do you remember that? Like, you would jump it, and then you'd have to duck it on the reverse. I'm like, oh, that shit's stupid. I love it.
Dude, I fucking love a character with Omen fireballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit rules.
All right. But all right, I got bail. Later
Okay.
days.
Bye. Bye,
Yeah,
Drew.
bye.
Bye.
All right. Kong versus Zilla.
Monkey versus lizard.
The spoiler cast.
Yeah, not really that much of a spoiler.
No, the story doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how monkey and lizard get there. They just fight. That's it.
It didn't.
Any other build-up, who cares?
Okay, did you find it like really weird how the technology jump between Godzilla King of Monsters and Godzilla versus Kong?
Okay, so this is what I wanted to get into.
Okay, because that kind of I was like, what the
Because-
fuck?
This movie feels like an old Toho Sei era Godzilla. And the idea is that from one Godzilla movie to another, they'll just super technologically advance beyond like what they were capable of the last movie.
Yeah, because that part I was like, I watched it with my dad and we're like, when did they get so strong? Because we watched the other Godzilla movie,
Yeah.
and that was like modern times effectively. And then we're going and they're like, they had like
Spaceships.
they had like the floating ships, which those floating ships should have had a drill and they should have been the Gotengo.
Yeah, that's. I wish.
That was a missed opportunity.
I was literally hoping at some point in this movie they'd have like a Gotengo or some other large flying machine that they'd use to fight Godzilla with.
Yeah, like I just that would have been a cute name when they said, "Oh, here's our ships. They're the Gotengo," and you see them and they get like a little laser drill, and I'm like, okay, to get through like the center of the Earth sphere, that would have been fine. Cute little reference.
No, but yeah, that's a typical old style Godzilla movie where they will pull technology just out of their ass for the reason of it just goes with the story, I guess. Who cares?
Yeah, because the story is just we got to get the monsters to fight.
Yeah.
I will
So-
say,
Did you watch King of Monsters?
yes.
How'd you enjoy King of Monsters?
So I didn't like King of Monsters that much. Like, the monster fights were good. I enjoyed it. But I felt the human parts were bad. Whereas in this movie, they were bad but not boring. Like, I was never bored.
They were bad, but it's like, all right, it's 5 minutes for this instead of like 20, and then boom, back to looking at CGI monsters.
Yeah.
Real quick look at humans. All right, back to monsters. All right.
Yeah,
Time
like-
to see humans talk. Back to monsters.
Yeah, like this movie felt like it was more about we need to see the monkey fight the lizard. And the plot was trying to get us there as quickly as possible, and I respected that instead of like,
Well, not only that, like in the opening of the movie, they tell you, I think, all the information you need about what has happened in like the span of 5 minutes.
yeah, I like the tournament bracket.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought when I saw it.
I was like, yeah, look, there's
Okay,
a March Madness bracket, and there's like,
Why is King Kong in big sphere area? Oh, the island's storm has increased, so we're covering them.
yeah,
And they tell you that right in the opening. And
Yeah.
they don't even tell you; they just show you the storm like encircling the island.
yeah. They said it went away and then it came back, and that's why like the native population had problems, and that's why the girl was there. It's fine.
So they brought up the Godzilla movie as Godzilla's attacking humanity in like all the trailers, so they need Kong.
Hmm.
That's not actually what happens. Godzilla like destroys one factory, kills, and this is the surprising part because you see it on the news in the movie. It says Godzilla's killed 8 people, dozens injured. Huh?
Yeah, that's low.
He shot a laser beam across like an entire factory complex. 8 people died. That's it. You sure?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's
But then again, in this level of world, like I feel like the kaiju protocols are fairly good. Like,
if they said 100 people dead, I'd be like, okay, that makes sense.
yeah, like I feel like the Godzilla hitting the factory is kind of like what happens when a hurricane hits. When like a hurricane hits the land, and you're like, yeah, about like 10 people died.
So my favorite thing was everyone was getting outraged at Godzilla for killing 8 people. I'm like, what if they just cut to the news and it's like breaking news? A mass gunman just killed 11 people. All right, back to Godzilla now.
Yeah, back to Godzilla. But that's because Godzilla's scary. He's a big lizard. He's big.
He can destroy a whole area and kill 8 people.
Yeah. Also, listen, that's those fuckers' fault. They're like they're putting King Ghidorah in Mecha Godzilla.
So yeah, like the whole thing is like, okay, he only attacked this one specific place that's owned by this company. Let's not think about that anymore because he's never attacked anything ever before, without reason.
Yeah.
Let's just push this under the table and not think about it.
Yeah, there's a lot in this movie where
the conspiracy people are like, there's something behind this, and me as a normal Russian person, I'm like, yeah, no, duh.
Yeah, it's clearly.
Duh, yeah, I get it.
Also, man, like that government, like ultra facility, like their conspiracy theory was incredibly cracked wide open by like one dude, like a guy with like D tier clearance and some children. they got to the president.
And some literal babies.
Yeah, like they just crawled in there, and then they're like, there we go.
I like each human because there's 2 teams. There's monkey team. There's lizard team.
Yeah.
And each team is broken up by they have to travel to some place. They're just hopping back and forth while they're traveling to place.
Yeah, they're traveling to places so that there can be a human there when monkey fight lizard.
Okay, so let's actually get to the plot. So Godzilla attacks the place.
Yeah.
We learned that there's something sneaky going on with the company Apex.
Yeah.
And now cut to evil genius guy saying, hey, we found this thing inside the earth. You take monkey and go get it. Okay.
I thought he looked like the Dos Equis man.
He does look like the Dos Equis.
Like, to me, I was like, evil Dos Equis man is trying to become the most interesting man in the world.
Red Letter Media is right. I cannot remember his name for the life of me, and I've watched that movie like twice.
He's Dos Equis man.
Oh god, no. But okay, so the whole point is like, all right, we got to use Kong. We got to get Kong because he's the only other monster left, I guess.
Yeah, or the other monster that could probably fight him.
Yeah, it's like, well, we can't take Kong off the island. He'll die. Godzilla will get him. It's like, don't worry, Godzilla won't get him. All right, fast forward 20 minutes. Yeah, Godzilla finds him. No shit.
I also like that King Kong is so outmatched in every fight against Godzilla.
He is.
Like I was rooting for King Kong, but in my heart I knew like King Kong can't fucking fight Godzilla, and you're watching that movie and you're like, yeah, he couldn't.
Yeah, no, he got his ass kicked.
Basically, every time King Kong fights Godzilla, the only time he does okay is with humans shooting a shit ton of missiles at Godzilla, or he has the power axe.
No, also I think Kong was made like extra sympathetic in this movie too, which I kind of do enjoy.
Oh yeah,
because here's the problem. When I saw the deaf girl, I'm like, that monkey better not sign. I will lose my shit.
I liked it
and
when he did, though.
Then you'd see him do the sign language. I'm like, yes.
I liked it when he did it because the interpretation that he could have done it all along, but just didn't want to.
Yeah, I don't trust you humans. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. Oh,
no,
I've learned.
I wanted at some point, like, he starts starts actually signing, like, real and fast.
Yeah, like, oh, I can talk.
Yeah, I can talk. Yeah, I can talk like normal.
I can actually read your lips. I know what you're saying.
No. Do you remember the movie Congo?
Ah, crap. I do not.
Okay.
I just remember that monkey getting shot with a laser.
So the main point of Congo is like, well, we need a monkey to help us. Get guided through the jungle. So we got this monkey, and she's got a device on that helps her sign. And when she signs, like a robotic voice tells her what's going on. Like, Amy, happy.
Oh, good. So that's.
I would love if Kong got that. Kong, sad. Kong, no one to fight monkey.
Kong. Lizard scary. Big.
Lizard scary.
Lizard shoot laser. What the fuck do you think I can do?
Guys, give me a break. I'll try my best, but it's a goddamn lizard that shoots lasers.
I have no laser. Kong, no laser.
Give Kong gun, please.
It's also like you just gotta turn off your brain. Like if they can make the Mecha Godzilla laser, then why don't you just put that on like your floaty ship and shoot it?
Yeah.
I think that would be way easier than building a Mecha Godzilla. You just gotta.
Do I think this is a good movie? No. Do I think it's an enjoyable movie? Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll probably watch it like 3 or 4 more times because it's fun to watch.
I gave that movie a 3.5 out of 5 because it gets 1 point per major monster fight and then a 0.5 for some minor monster fights.
No, I think I'd give that a 4 out of 5.
I can understand that.
I enjoy it a lot.
Because to me, like, it didn't lose any points because even though the human plot was stupid, I was never bored. I was never, like, bored.
So Godzilla does nothing except for attack Kong the entire movie.
Yep.
Until the big finale. Kong's whole journey it's pretty much the journey to the center of the earth.
Yeah.
They go through a time warp portal that throws them into the center of the earth, which kind of looks really cool.
Yeah.
I like the whole concept of like it's an endless landscape, but it's like flipped.
Yeah, if you go to a
sky
certain
is also land.
Yeah, if you go to a certain height, the gravity reverses.
I like Big Monkey Palace.
Oh, that was cool. And I like the monkey weapons.
Really cool. Here's the problem. I'm like, oh, there's going to be like one axe, and you see there's like 10 or 12 of them. Like, oh fuck, that's cool.
Yeah, that's what makes it better. Is that there is some like you can see like, oh, so that's how the Kongs were fighting the other shit. Is that they had like weapons.
They had weapons.
And it looked like the weapon was just a Godzilla scale tied to a stick.
It is. No, it was a Godzilla scale tied to a bone.
Yeah, which is cool.
It's very monkey.
Because that's something it feels like it is slightly more advanced than like what a modern day ape or gorilla could make, but I could still see like a gorilla or ape that's as smart as Kong making that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like they get like sticks and stuff and they put it in the anthill and then they eat it.
Let's pull it back here because how smart were the previous Kongs? Because they have doors, they have architecture, they have a throne.
They had that mural.
They made the mural of Godzilla.
I always assumed that it was some like human tribe that was also there.
That makes sense.
Like there was some because like I don't think the Kongs could have intricately carved the Godzilla mural, but I feel like there's some lost human tribe that was kind of like existing, and then the Kongs went extinct, and then they just got eaten by all the other monsters. Okay,
so at this point in the movie, Godzilla's about to attack Hong Kong because it senses Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
We've learned the evil guy has used King Ghidorah's brain to power it.
Which doesn't seem like a smart idea.
Doesn't seem like the fucking killer monster that tried to destroy the entire world. Let's use that. Yeah. I would have rather just had a guy sitting in a big robot that wanted to kill Godzilla because it like destroyed his family or something. That
would have been both better and worse.
Yeah.
Because I do kind of enjoy the quaint of like, look at our super science and then we just do incredibly stupid things. Somehow that feels more real, or it's like, you know, we have the capability to remote pilot a robot right now. We don't have to like mind sync with King Ghidorah.
Or you don't have to use psionics, XCOM psionics
to like drive a robot. We can do that.
Okay, so Godzilla is in Hong Kong. King Kong is in the center of the earth. At some point, they power up the Godzilla mural in the center of the earth. Godzilla's like, uh-oh, what's that? And shoots a laser down to the center of the earth.
That's cool.
So Kong can come to Hong Kong and fight Godzilla.
Yeah, don't think about how there's like magma between that. Just ignore it.
Just ignore it. Don't think about it.
There's a lot of this movie that's just don't think about it.
It's also an interesting shot because it's Godzilla looking down through his hole and then King Kong looking down through his hole,
Yeah,
which is inverted.
it's neat.
It is pretty neat.
There's like that's why I also liked this movie is that they did a lot of shit where it's like, nah, it looks cool, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like why does Hong Kong look like Tokyo 3? Fuck it.
Yeah. Why does it have so much neon? Just
Because it's gonna look really cool at night. Why is there like the pyramid? Yeah, why is nerve existing? Yeah, don't worry about it. It's cool.
Yeah. It might as well be nerve. Literally, it's a big pyramid.
Yeah. Like, I looked at that, I'm like, that's just fucking nerve. They put that in there. That's okay. Just do it.
No, so first fight was at sea. Kong almost drowned, got beaten by Godzilla. So now it's round 2. King Kong climbs out of the hole with his axe.
Yeah, he has the power axe.
Fight Godzilla. Yeah. The power axe stops Godzilla from just nuking him with his laser blast, even though he gets tagged once. And there's a pretty cool thing of like Kong with no axe just running away from a laser blast, dodging and like climbing up stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I like that fight.
Kong, like, I guess hits him with the axe really hard and knocks him out for a second. And some character says, "Looks like Kong won round 2." I go, what?
No, it wasn't.
What do you mean rounds? They're trying to kill each other.
Yeah.
Then they continue the fight after some more human stuff. And Godzilla just starts beating his ass because he got serious, I guess.
Yeah, oh man, it was that scene when like Godzilla was like on top of Kong and just roaring at him like
It's the entire scene. It's like the point where Godzilla pushes King on his back and is like chasing after him, clawing and biting him.
Yeah, and King Kong's like, oh shit.
He's like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck.
Like I can't fight this thing.
Godzilla just looks at him and is like, you fucking quit, you little bitch. You lost. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's how Godzilla.
It was cool. I did like that.
So Godzilla then goes to fight Robo-Godzilla. King Kong, I guess, is dying.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he got fucked up so bad.
So they got to get an AFib for Monkey.
Yeah.
To bring him back to life because Godzilla's over there getting his ass kicked by Mechagodzilla.
Because from what I could tell,
the
that
weirdest thing, like Mechagodzilla like goes out of control and kills CEO guy, and then starts destroying shit.
Yeah.
Because I guess it went crazy.
But it also like has full knowledge of all its Mechagodzilla powers.
Yeah.
Like I would be okay. Like it was using like rocket punches and like force waves, like missiles. Which I guess you could interpret that King Ghidorah, whenever he mind melted the pilot, he took the information of like its own systems or something.
Yeah, he's smart enough to do that.
Yeah, I would say like he's like, oh, okay, I have missiles, and he like shot like missiles and shit. I didn't like this version of Mechagodzilla.
No, it looks really awful, but I'm like, it's fine for me. It needed to be like, it needed to be more clean.
What I would have what I would have wanted is if like Mechagodzilla's hands, because they look too long, and like when King Ghidorah took over, it kind of like his hands kind of went up like it was like the additional heads.
Oh, that actually would have been good.
So then like you're like, why is its arms too long? It's like, oh, because in the proper formation, it's like the 3 heads are back, and you're like, oh, okay.
Oh wait, also I forgot about that point of. The conspiracy guy explains like, yo, King Ghidorah's his heads were so long that his brains talk together.
Yeah, like they psychic shit.
They use psychic to talk to each other. I'm like, what? What the fuck you mean? You know, they that's how we put the brain in Mechagodzilla, and now we have the other brain here, and we can control it. I'm like, okay.
It's like, okay.
I'll believe it for now. This is kind of stupid, though.
We have radios.
Monster fight.
They work pretty good.
Yeah. You literally used something to download an energy signature from the center of the Earth back up
Yeah.
Hong Kong. You can't use anything else, really?
Yeah, you put that 5G tower, you're good.
Yeah. Down there.
But then, okay, so I will give the movie credit. What if, like, your 5G cell tower gets blown up by Godzilla and, like, your Mecha Godzilla loses signal? But then again, like you just say, just put a guy inside the robot. Just let him drive. Let him drive it. But, yeah. So there's a good tag team, though. I like the tag team fight. It was fun. I thought it was weird where like it felt like the humans did nothing, but that's okay.
Yeah, they didn't. But it's all right. They did like 3 things, and they didn't know. Each team did one thing to save the day, and that was it.
Yeah, like they like Monkey Team revived Godzilla. I mean, revived King Kong. Human Child Team poured booze on a computer, and it just ruined Mecha Godzilla's tail.
It can no longer uplink to the satellite, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked. It doesn't matter.
Don't think about it.
Yeah, don't think about it. This movie is just don't fucking think about it. Just let the images go.
No, like at one point, the conspiracy guy goes, "It's Robot Godzilla," and the kid goes, "No, it's Mecha Godzilla." But then after that, everyone else calls it Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, don't think about it.
Did the CEO guy not actually have a name for it?
He probably wanted to call it like his Titan. He probably always called it like my Titan or something.
He said something about it's the Apex or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's Apex Legends.
Yeah, it was Apex Legends. Fucking weird.
Yeah, he played a lot of Apex Legends, and he goes, there it is, Apex Legends. Titanfall.
Well, yeah, then final fight, Godzilla's getting his ass kicked. Girl signs to Monkey. Monkey, help Lizard. Monkey goes, yeah, right. He goes, "Grr." No, Godzilla, no enemy. That enemy.
Yeah, he's like,
Be friends. And King Kong gets up. His shoulder's out of place, and so he smashes it into a building to pop it back into the socket. I'm like, okay.
I love it.
Don't think about it. Just keep going.
Yeah, see, if it's stupid but cool, my brain goes, yes. And King Kong, like, popping his shoulder back into play and assuming the fighting pose, I'm like, yes, good.
Then after that, they team up. They're getting their butts kicked. With, like, both of them. Godzilla, like, Mechagodzilla pushing Godzilla down, and King Kong getting pinned up against the building.
With, like, a tail.
Godzilla shoots his laser into the axe, so King Kong can kill Big Robot.
Yeah.
And the movie ends with King Kong going, like, I'm going to go to the center of the earth and live there now. And that's it.
Yep, the end.
The end. Until the next movie where there's aliens.
Yeah, until we get, like, Space Godzilla.
Where Gigan and Megalon are beating the shit out of Godzilla, and then Monkey comes out of the corner of the screen, and they do the "you son of a bitch" head shake.
Yeah. No, what's gonna happen is Mothra will revive and be carrying Monkey, so you have like the monkey flying up from the center of the earth with his axe.
So, I put up that image of spoilers from the
I saw that image.
Movie where he's getting flown by balloons, and I'm like, they're not going to do that.
They did it.
They did. They put Monkey on helicopters.
That was great.
I clapped. I clapped in the theater of me, my 3 friends, and 1 other guy.
Yeah, that was great.
It's fantastic.
Like there's a lot of that movie where whenever it got stupid, I'm like, yes, I want stupid in this movie. If it's cool.
Yeah.
Like, I liked how King Kong was doing his monkey traveling through, like, the under Antarctica cave. I was like, that's cool.
That was weird.
I liked it.
They had handlebars for him.
Yeah.
To get around.
It's one of those where, like, don't think about it. Don't think about how they had like the high-speed monorail from Miami to Hong Kong. Don't think about that.
Don't think about it. Just enjoy the movie.
Yeah, just enjoy the monkey fights the lizard, and then they have to like swim under. Oh yeah, they're in that fucking where like that aircraft carrier like flips over 12 times and no one dies. Don't think about that.
No. See, that's what I'm saying. It felt like an old Godzilla movie where don't think about it. Godzilla's gonna fight something. That's it.
Yeah, it just works.
Turn your brain off and enjoy it. That's why there's like 80 of these movies.
Yeah, but I liked it. I like if this is the standard of what the more are gonna be, then I'm for it because the monster. I also liked that. Because I like remembering back in the King of All Monsters and even like the first Godzilla where they were kind of Godzilla was sort of like either at night in a storm and shaky cam to kind of hide the CG.
Oh yeah, you can't see him. You gotta save it till the end.
And in this one, it's like nah, he just shows up and like well lit, and then they fight. I appreciate that because that's what I want to see. I liked it.
No, it was pretty good. Oh, man. Like here's the thing, I still think Godzilla 2014 is the best one. Then goes Kong Skull Island, and then it goes this one, and then it goes King of Monsters.
I would reverse. See, I like me. It's Kong, this one, the first Godzilla, then King of All Monsters.
You know what? I haven't seen the first Godzilla in a while, so I might rewatch that.
Yeah, like to me, I just remember it. I remember I was one of the people that got bored. Like I'll admit I was one of the people I kind of got bored during that movie.
But you didn't like Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch making out?
Yeah, that did nothing. That was a movie where like I wanted more monster and I didn't get it. Like there's a level of monster I want in my monster movie and I didn't get it.
You know, I'll put it off the list for now because I need to rewatch to see how much I enjoy it.
It's not like a bad movie or anything.
No. But still, Kong Skull Island is probably the best one.
I really liked Kong Skull
Island. It's the best
Island.
movie.
I was entertained. Like when I come to a monster movie, I want to be entertained, and that's what I was with that one and this one.
It's the antithesis of like a monster movie of who's the real monster, like it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah. There's also some really good shots in Kong Skull Island.
There's so many good shots, so many good colors.
It's really good. I like that movie a lot. But it's great. If people like more monster movies, I'm like, yeah, do it.
From what I hear, it did gangbusters, so
yeah,
we're gonna get a lot more of these.
I am all for it if they're this quality. And when I mean like the kind of 7 out of 10, that's not a disparaging like, oh, it's doo doo. I'm like, nah, that's a good movie. That's an enjoyable evening, and that's what I had with the film.
This is a movie I'll turn on with my friends and just have some fun.
Oh yeah,
watching.
And it's completely appropriate. So it's why I put that link of Godzilla versus Kong versus Dominique Toretto. Like Fast and the Furious could team up with Godzilla or King Kong, and I'd be okay.
Man, I can't wait for the Fine of the Furious.
Yeah. We're like King.
Oh, it goes Fate of the Furious, Fine of the Furious, and then gosh,
Ben 10 of the Furious.
10 of the Furious.
Yeah, Fast 10. I don't know.
10 of the Furious.
10 X. No, it's just X.
Then 11 of the Furious.
Yeah, 11 of the Furious. It has to be Furious X.
Oh no, Furious X would be great.
It's Furious X because it's even more extreme than before.
Everyone's got cybernetics.
Yeah. Well, no, that's how it takes place in like the current MonsterVerse.
Yeah. Dominique Toretto in this big robot car.
Well, he has to. Well, what he has to.
He's piloting Megas XLR.
Yeah. There we go. It's
That's the only
it's Furious XLR. Oh man, that's too good. That's too good of an idea.
Did we talk more about the Looney Tunes trailer?
Um,
I know you guys went over it a bit last week.
yeah, we talked about it.
Did you talk about how Iron Giant said, "I'm not a gun," and then proceeds to be a gun in the last two movies?
Yeah, they keep making him a gun. I wanted to talk about Anno Shin Kamen Rider.
Oh, Shin Kamen Rider, yeah.
I hope. Okay, so what do you hope that movie is?
I hope it's like. Did you ever see Amazon?
No.
Okay, so Amazon's a little darker. I want it to be darker than that. I want it to be some real
Like,
dark ass crap.
I want that movie to be the exact plot of the 1970s like Kamen Rider, but just done hyper realistically. So like Motorcycle Man gets transformed into a horrible bug monster and has to fight crime, but he can't transform out.
Oh yeah.
So like you have the thing where he's trying to like hide it, but he looks like a Kamen Rider. Like he doesn't look like a horrible actual bug monster. He looks like a Kamen Rider, but he can't take off the suit or whatever, but he has to fight and it's like all dingy. And it's like body horror. But he's a Kamen Rider. Like I kind of want that. That's like the movie I want.
I want that, but I want there to be one funny part where he has to go get food or something,
Yeah.
and he's just like in a grocery store in the full suit.
Yeah, that's
staring.
yeah, like because it kind of looks like that when you see like the trailer when he's like wearing the suit and the scarf or whatever. Like it gives me that kind of vibe. I just want to look at that picture. Yeah, where he's like clutching his arm or whatever. And he's like wearing like the stuff. Like to me, that's that idea of like he's and not apparently there was a Shin Kamen Rider where he's more bug monster looking, and I don't want that. Like I want him looking like a Tokusatsu man. I don't want him looking like a bug monster.
You know, I'd like to meet it halfway. I'd like it to be he has the normal suit on, but if he takes it off, he's bug monster.
Oh, okay, that's idea. I'm like that. Where like his human form is now kind of bug monstery.
There's no way you can change back.
Yeah. But man, that like promotional image where it's just Kamen Rider and he's just clutching his arm wearing like that cloak looks so dope. I'm so into that. It's like when people tried to make their grimdark Power Rangers and you're like, that shit sucks. But with Anno, if you wanted to make the grimdark Kamen Rider, I'm like, I think you could do it.
Oh, I'd love that. No, just do it like they did. Do it like they did Magical Girls with Madoka Magica.
Yeah, like I want.
You think it's fun, happy, fun time, but then when stuff starts happening, it gets scary.
Like I want Kamen Rider to be dead at the end of that movie.
Yes.
Like I want him. Like I fully expect. Like I want the Man from Nowhere. Did you ever see that movie?
I don't know.
So the Man from Nowhere is like taken, but it's set in like South Korea, and at the end of the movie, the police come for him because he doesn't just walk away. Like his murder spree isn't just ignored.
Okay, I like that.
So at the end of the movie, like the guy's just like he's actually hurt. He saved the girl and did everything, but nah, it's like it's not ending well for him. And I kind of want that to be the end of that movie, where like Kamen Rider saves the day, but he just gets killed. Fights the evil organization doing like making Kamen Riders. But that's what I'm into. I've almost finished building all my Warhammer models. I got 3 to go.
Yeah, I'm waiting for our local shop to get some more in.
Yeah,
So.
I got 3, and then it's the painting expedition. However, I do feel like once I've painted all those fuckers, that'll be pretty decent at painting.
Yeah.
Or at least, oh man, I keep messing up. It's wonderful. I love messing up on those things. Because I learn a new technique every time. I'm like, oh shit. Because it's just, once you mess up once, you won't again. That's me. Again, I think our recommendation is if you want to see a monkey punch a lizard, Kong versus, it's pretty good. If you just wanted to hear our thoughts on it, you can see it. Also, I would say nothing we said spoiled the movie.
No.
Because it doesn't matter when we say that Kong got the power axe and then fought Godzilla, you're like, okay. But actually seeing Kong get the power axe and fight Godzilla, it's like, oh, that's cool. Weren't they talking about Pacific Rim coming in there or some sort of thing?
Yeah, they were before.
Because I know China likes Pacific Rim. I know that's a thing, or that was a thing. Yeah, the Pacific Rim aliens, they could show up. Then Godzilla shows up. Then they have to team. They have to give Godzilla armor. That's what I want to see. I want them to put like armor on Godzilla. And then have to like merge with his brain to help fight. But then it's like, that's a bad idea because Godzilla's way tough. Anyway. That's all I got for today.
No. I might watch Pacific Rim Black, which is on Netflix.
Yeah.
Might be a chance.
It's I don't know. I got other stuff to watch. I gotta watch Thunderbolt Fantasy. I gotta watch The Spider Show Continues. I like how The Spider Show keeps giving fake outs of who the spider is in the in like the present period.
I know.
Because
so good.
there are like 3 possibilities. There's like the demon lady, that girl who was like an all white that killed all those people, and then they talked about how like one of the forts was just completely destroyed by a queen spider, and I'm like, which one is it?
Now here's the thing, it's all of them.
Oh, it could be. That could be very well be true.
Because parallel brain.
Yeah, the parallel brain means that they could split. Man, I like that show where that character went so hard in on like evil powers and is just rolling with it.
There's multiple times in that show where I just stopped just to read.
All the skills? Like, it's weird because that's like the first isekai that has enough of the parts of isekai in it that I'm like, yeah. Which is just leveling up. I'm like, oh, it's interesting. Get that taboo magic.
No, I like that first thing where she sees the frog. It's like, all right, this is going to be easy. Oh God, it burns.
That's what made it to me. What made me actually fall in love with the show, which was the contrast of her isekai adventure to like the kids, the normal / popular kids isekai adventure, where they're like in Fire Emblem school. And it's like, where's our hero? And she's like eating a frog and throwing up because it's so nasty.
Eating maggots.
Yeah, just vomiting and like, I hate this. I'm like, yes. That's what made me like the human part, because it was such a contrast to like the dungeon hell our character was dealing with. I also liked, and I hope they do it more, where they flashed back to what the people were like before going to the other world. Like where they did that recess whatever trip and you saw everyone just kind of hanging out. I was like, that's interesting. I enjoyed that. I'm glad that the show decided to go there.
I do like learning that the bully also turned into a monster.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hope that comes to a head.
Oh man, that's so like there's so many little interesting things that this show does that I'm fascinated with. I like that the spider got all the taboo knowledge of the world and she just says I can't handle it right now. Like her skill leveled up and she's like I know the forbidden knowledge but it's too much. So I have one of my brains just trying to catalog it.
Read this stuff. Do my homework for me.
Yeah, do my homework. I don't know. I now know everything. I don't know anything. Figure it out. It's great. I love that show. That show all it's done is made me want like more isekais that are good and not anime.
Yeah, me too.
I mean Digimon's okay isekai. That's an okay one. But just
Well,
like
you can't just say Digimon. That's like comparing Citizen Kane to Neil Breen.
Well, Neil Breen. Oh God, wasn't it one where like he became like president or something?
I literally can't remember at this point.
I remember
I
there's one where he's giving like an address to the nation or something from like a TV studio.
That was Double Down.
Okay, because like it's like yeah, that's Citizen Kane right there.
He's behind a really bad green screen.
Yeah.
And CEOs are killing themselves left and right.
Yeah, he's like yeah, that's how Citizen Kane ended. Like what made him die thinking about Rosebud was Neil Breen. The Breen-verse. Do you think he would do it? Like Neil Breen would have like a crossover with all the other Neil Breens, and they'd have to fight like evil Neil Breen.
Good Neil Breen.
Yeah.
Alien Neil Breen. Other alien Neil Breen.
Yeah. And they have to fight evil Neil Breen.
Which is just Neil Breen.
Yeah.
Wearing a goatee.
Yeah, because that's the twist of the movie is they're all kind of evil Neil Breen. It's like Dr. Manhattan. There's just a bunch of them. I did see, yeah, like Best of the Worst 100's on its way, which is really weird.
Yeah.
Because they showed like their little montage video, and I watched it, and I'm like, I know all of these movies. It was really weird because they're all like utter trash. And I'm like, yep, I know that.
It's just all the best parts.
Yeah. That guy they put in that guy giving like the business seminar about the Whoppers. They put him in like 3 times in there. Like push the Whopper button. They did not put one of my favorites, which is the guy giving like the slot machine tips, and then he runs out of money and he can't play the slot machines anymore. That's probably up there. Like, so Surviving Edged Weapons is the best one because it made me watch that actual thing. But I really liked that bit where he just could not. He ran out of money.
I don't know. Surviving Edged Weapons is pretty good, especially when they have the blades on the back of a baseball cap.
Yeah, it's just covered in razor blades.
This is something you might have to look out for.
The fucking like, have you heard of the disemboweling Shaka Chipre or whatever? It's like, what? Where they had that one section where it's just like that lady cop pulls into an alley and a man just starts running at her with a machete yelling. She just gets in her car and drives away.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I watched that fucking, like, I watched That was one where I had to watch it, and I did fast forward it through, like, where they talked about a cop talking about their stab wounds, because I'm like, no, thank you.
No.
I just want to see the reenactments.
What's the one like a cop goes up to a door and a guy grabs like a samurai sword?
Yes! Yeah, he just has like a samurai sword. It just impales him like it's like some Maroni Kitchen shit. Where like he's like, oh!
Here's the problem. That video is why all cops are on edge.
Of course, because it's all like that. All their training programs is like anyone you encounter is just gonna flip the fuck out. Like they're gonna be that mental like patient guy who like punches the window, cuts off his own finger, and then throws it at him while screaming. And you're like, wow.
Oh.
Sometimes you're gonna be called into a room, and then there's gonna be a Satan worshiper scenario.
And they're gonna stab you with a ritual dagger.
Yeah, the ritual Satan knife.
Oh my god.
So remember, kids, you gotta worry about edged weapons, because everything can be a knife.
Remember, kid, this is why cops have to use
Deadly force.
deadly force.
Because you know, like listen, you might be your hat might be covered in razor blades.
You never know.
You never know. You got to be sure.
I think that's a wrap on this.
That's a wrap. We got to end it. Bye. Later days.